Before you ignore the loose change in your pocket, take a closer look. Because some ordinary-looking U.S. silver coins, coins that once bought coffee, gas, or groceries, have sold for thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Most people never check their change carefully. They see quarters, dimes, half dollars, and assume they're worth exactly what's printed on them. But here's the truth. Some older U.S. coins are made of real silver, and a few rare dates and mint marks can be worth far more than face value. Let's start with something simple. Any U.S. dime, quarter, or half dollar minted in 1964 or earlier is 90% silver. That means if you find a 1964 dime in your change, it's not just worth 10 cents, it has intrinsic silver value, often several dollars depending on silver prices. Coins to look for include the classic Washington quarter dated 1964 or earlier, the Roosevelt dime from 1964 and before, and the Franklin half dollar minted between 1948 and 1963. These aren't necessarily rare, millions were produced, but many were pulled from circulation decades ago when silver prices rose. That means finding one in pocket change today is uncommon, but not impossible. Now let's go deeper. Some specific dates and mint marks are far more valuable. Take the 1916 D Mercury dime. It looks like a regular Mercury dime at first glance, but the small D mint mark on the back makes all the difference. Only about 264,000 were minted, a tiny number compared to other years. In decent condition, this coin can be worth thousands of dollars. In high grade, much more. Then there's the 1893 S Morgan silver dollar. While you probably won't find this one in everyday change, it has shown up in inherited collections in estate sales. It's considered the key date of the Morgan dollar series. High-grade examples have sold for hundreds of thousands. Another coin that occasionally surprises people is the 1942/41 Mercury dime. This is what's called an overdate error. You can actually see a faint 1 underneath the 2 in the date. It happened during the minting process. Because it was a mistake and relatively few were produced, collectors pay serious premiums for it. Errors can be incredibly valuable. Coins with double strikes, off-center designs, or dramatic die cracks sometimes sell for far more than their face value. Most errors are minor and only worth a small premium, but major, visible minting mistakes can command hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Now, here's what you should physically check. First, the date. If it's 1964 or earlier on a dime, quarter, or half dollar, that's your first green flag. Second, the edge. Modern coins have a copper-colored stripe along the edge. Pre-1965 silver coins do not. Their edges appear solid silver all the way through. Third, the mint mark. Look for small letters like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. Certain combinations of date and mint mark are far scarcer than others. Fourth, condition. A heavily worn coin is worth less than one with sharp details. In coin collecting, condition is graded on a standardized scale. The difference between average and exceptional can mean a dramatic difference in price. But let's be realistic. The odds of finding a 5-figure rarity in your daily pocket change are low. Most truly rare silver coins have long since been pulled from circulation. However, silver coins still surface in unexpected places. Coin roll hunting, estate cleanouts, inherited jars of old change, or bank rolls. People who don't know what to look for sometimes deposit silver coins back into circulation without realizing it. And even common silver coins carry melt value. If you find several pre-1965 dimes or quarters, their combined silver content alone can add up quickly. There's also a broader lesson here. Most people overlook small things. They assume anything ordinary looking has ordinary value. But history hides in plain sight. The United States transitioned away from 90% silver coinage in 1965 because of rising silver prices. That single policy shift created a clear dividing line. Coins before 1965, real silver. Coins after, mostly copper-nickel clad. That means every time you see an older coin, you're holding a piece of monetary history, from an era when everyday currency contained precious metal. So what should you do? Start paying attention. Check your change. Look at dates. Learn key mint marks. If you find something unusual, don't clean it. Cleaning can reduce a coin's value instantly. Instead, consider having it evaluated by a reputable coin dealer or professional grading service. Most of what you find will be worth face value. Some might be worth their weight in silver. And once in a while, very rarely, someone finds something extraordinary. A small, overlooked coin hiding in plain sight, worth far more than anyone expected. So, the next time you get change back at the store, don't just toss it into a drawer. Take a second look, because history and maybe a little hidden value could be sitting right there in your pocket.